Mysterious Sungate time wave blacks out South America. An interesting report circulated in the Kremlin today claiming that the massive power blackouts that hit South America was due to a time wave that emanated from a mysterious Bolivian Andes region called Tiwanaku, where the mysterious 10-ton Gateway of the Sun monolithic carved from a single block of andesite granite is located and was triggered by an anomalous event at the world's largest and highest energy particle accelerator, Large Hadron Collider, the LHC, in Switzerland, run by the European Organization for Nuclear Research known as CERN, and it rippled through the thousands of ancient pyramid complexes located throughout Brazil and other countries of South America. Note that time waves, as referred to in these reports, are more commonly known in the Western world as gravitational waves, which are fluctuations in the curvature of space-time. According to this report, the CERN scientists at the Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland began a series of experiments which started November 1st, 2009, in preparation for the restarting of operations when they shockingly discovered that their testing was distorting our Earth's magnetic field and had shot off a time wave towards the core of our planet that their tracking showed veered exactly towards the Sungate high in the Bolivian Andes Mountains. Most unfortunately, however, was when the initial time wave spawned by the LHC erupted from the Sungate and headed out towards the space above South America. It literally glanced into the path of an Iberworld Airbus A330-300 flown by Air Comet, which was ready to begin its descent into Santa Cruz, Bolivia, but then found itself instantly and mysteriously taken over the skies of Santa Cruz, Spain, over 5,500 miles. That's 8,900 kilometers away. You have to note that all 170 passengers and the crew of the flight A7301 were safe, and after 17 hours on the ground in Spain, departed back to Bolivia, where they arrived safely and soundly. After the mysterious event, CERN scientists shut down the LHC, blaming their failed experiment on a bird dropping a piece of bread into the outdoor machinery, after which their director for research and scientific computing, Sergio Bertolucci, warned that the Titanic LHC machine may possibly create or discover previously unimagined scientific phenomena or unknown worlds, such as an extra dimension. But even after shutting down the LHC, the dimensional distortions created in South America by this time wave continued to be felt and led to the Gateway of the Sun monolith sending out what Russian scientists have likened to a digital communication towards the thousands of pyramids in Brazil and other ancient sites throughout the Andes region of South America, and leading to the massive power outage that plunged tens of millions into darkness. Brazilian government officials, in seeking to hide the true cause of this massive power outage, had originally blamed it on atmospheric discharges related to strong rain and wind, a claim immediately shot down by state prosecutors who are demanding the public be told the truth before the week is out. Even worse for these regions in South America, the report continues, is that the effects, quote-unquote, of this time wave may be far from over, according to Russian scientists who have noted a marked increase in seismic activity throughout the locations in ancient cities in Chile, Bolivia, Paraguay, Brazil, and Argentina. The latest of these ancient cities to be hit by the effects of this time wave are the pre-Inca ruins located near Calama on the banks of the river Loa, which was struck today by a powerful 6.5 magnitude quake and the Bolivian regions of Tiwanaku struck by 5.8 magnitude tremor shortly after that. Not being widely known to most people in the West is that the Americas have one of the largest concentrations of ancient sacred sites and pyramids in the world, especially in Brazil, where in 1996 the oldest of these structures were discovered and dated to have been built centuries before the Great Pyramids of Egypt. Unlike their Egyptian counterparts, however, the builders of the pyramids in the Americas are not known, and in the case of the 12 Brazilian pyramids lying near the Peruvian Andes Mountains, the longest and among the oldest mountains in the world, are still unexplored. Even more interesting to note about the ancient origins of the people of South America is the best root of all of their language base tied to Europe in what many Russian historians categorize as the antediluvian pre-flood period of human civilization before the last great cataclysmic changes to our Earth took place an estimated 5,000 years ago. Now with the age of South America Andes region known, and being combined with the thousands of ancient pyramids and cities built there, with a precision we are still unable to match in our modern times, many Russian historians have long theorized that these great mountains became the home of the most advanced members of the pre-flood civilization who had fled there when our Earth last overturned itself. Even more interesting to note are those theories that state that the ancient survivors of these cataclysmic Earth changes had set up a warning system throughout South America, its vast Amazon region known to be the lungs of our world, that is connected to our entire planet to forewarn future generations of humankind when these horrors would be visited upon our species once again. And their method of establishing this warning system and encoding the memories of our Earth's most ancient past was through the building of pyramids all around the globe, of silicon-rich stones such as granite and sandstone. Not known to many that the basis of our present modern technology age is our Earth's most common metalloid, silicon, the second most abundant element often after oxygen on our planet that makes us fully 25.7% of our Earth's crust, and which without we would not have glass, concrete, cement, or any electrical device, especially computers. Even more importantly, the ability of silicon to both store and transmit power are termed vital to our planet's long-time survival against the ravages that nearly 2 centuries of fossil fuels has visited upon us. What is not known to our scientists of today is how powerful this ancient silicon warning system actually is, or how much of it still is intact. But now, after it's been struck by this new time wave, there are fearful glimpses indeed of the unimaginable power still latent within it. To what purpose does it hold for our present world? That is not known by the scientists of today, but only by those of the long ago of yesterday, our humans past, who have through the centuries warned of the things to come. Much too sadly, there are too few left to heed the ancient warnings, let alone to act to protect themselves from the catastrophic horrors to come. But for those seeking the truest knowledge of these things, they should start by relearning how to listen to the rocks, a suggestion that the vast majority of the people will most certainly scoff and ridicule at, while at the same time listening to their music playing on their modified rocks, for hearing they call radios, or modified rocks for viewing they call television, or the modified rocks for writing they call computers.